How do you create a process rule within Superb? So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to talk about the different types of process rules you can create with Superb, and then we're going to talk about how you craft them within Superb. So what we're looking at here is a deal record over in HubSpot. Process rules can be created on HubSpot or Salesforce. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be using HubSpot, but the process to create the process rule is the exact same. Different types of process rules that you can have. You can have a process rule that has a little bit more information on it. So with the more info, you can pop that out. It gives more information on a Superb card. You can also have a process rule where you have embedded that card into the rule. So you give this expand in page button here. And then you can also have a simple text rule where it doesn't need any additional information attached to it. The different types as well is you can have errors, warnings, positives, and your own personalized custom type of process rule if you would like. So let's pop over into Superb and let's create one. So to get to where you want to go to create a process rule, over on this sidebar here, you'll go to processes and process rules, and it will take you to the screen that I'm already at, and you will hit create up in this top right, and we'll hit create rule. This page here is the basics of your rule. So it's where you're building it, what kind of color of that banner you want it to be, and what its name is, what provider you're doing. So for mine, I am just going to call this process rule, but other types of naming conventions that work is if it is a very specific action that you need people to take, if it's like data management, if it's momentum for communications, or you can do it team-based if you're building for customer success, if you're building for sales, anything like that, you can create your internal name that way. The internal name is truly just to keep yourself organized. The type of rule is that color that I was talking about. So we have red errors, we've got yellow warnings, we have positive greens, and you can also create your own custom type that has a custom color for it. Provider is talking about if you're building this on HubSpot or Salesforce. Like I said earlier in this video, the process to build the process rule is the exact same for both Salesforce and HubSpot. So I'm going to build one on HubSpot, but you can follow these exact same steps if you are building in Salesforce as well. And then once you've chosen your provider, you can come into the object type that you want to build on. This is where it's going to show up. So I'm going to choose a deal. We're going to build it on a deal. And then we are going to come over into our in page. In page is talking about the phrasing that you're using and if you have attached a card. So if we come back over into my example here, we can see, this is my in page, right? So it's your phrasing and it's if you have attached a card. So back over in here, we are going to not connect a card, but this is where you can. So you can connect a card here if you have additional information for the process that you need your team to know. And then your rule text is describing the problem that the rule represents. I'm just going to put in yay, because yay, we're learning process rules. Additionally, on the screen, you have some rule visibility controls here. My recommendation is that you leave these all toggled on at the very beginning of creating process rules. And then as you go, you can decide if you want the rule to show up everywhere that you have it, or if you want to bring it down to specific places. And then finally, we have logic. Logic is where you start building the parameters of your rule. So what kind of logic types do we have? We've got filter, which is your simple type, right? And then we have grouping, which is your Boolean logic. So if you need A and B to be true, or C to be true, or D, depending on how many branches you want to put on your process rule, you'll use grouping. And then association is cross-object validation. So coming back once more over into my example, if we look at this rule right here, this is an association rule logic type. It's telling me that an associated contact is missing information on this deal. So it's going to look at secondary, tertiary objects. For the sake of this video, I am going to just do a simple one. So I'm going to click to set up my filter. And I'm going to do mine on deal stage. And we have this option here. So this button is where you'll choose your choose how you want your logic to perform. So I'm going to go with is any of, and we're going to put in closed one. So I want a rule to show up on any closed one deal. This could be for if you want to do handoff notes, anything like that. So we're going to do closed one. Now, before I hit save, we do have the option to test a specific record or to test your last 100 records if you like to see how the rule performs against the last 100 records. To test for a specific one, you can type in the name of the deal, the contacts, the company, wherever you have this built. So I'm going to type in my test one here. As you can see, it pops up here, and we're going to hit test. And what it's going to tell me is it doesn't work because I don't have this set in closed one. So if I come in here and I hit close one, come back over, test it again. Gotta exit real quick. Test it again. It will tell me it works. So that, my friends, is how you create a supered process rule.